satellites. We'll soon have about 4,000 satellites. So we have more satellites in operation than the rest of Earth combined.
Really?
Yeah.
Than any other single company?
Than the rest of Earth.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And the download speed is crazy on it. It's not like
Is it available like now? Or there's a long wait list, right?
Yeah, Starlink is available now at starlink.com.
But I heard there's like a long wait list.
There's a wait list if you're in like a high density area.
Okay.
So Starlink is really best suited if you're in like the sort of countryside or kind of like low population areas. It's like you could be
That's perfect though.
Yeah, for places that don't have internet.
Rural America.
Yeah, basically rural America and like relatively sparsely populated areas. But the Starlink waitlist is just if you're in a area that's where there's already too many Starlink terminals, and we don't want to saturate that area because that'll reduce people's internet speeds. So in order to be able to service more people in that area, we need to launch more satellites. So we launch more satellites almost every week. So we're aiming at the next 12 months, probably do 60, 70 launches, maybe more.
Wow. It's a lot.
So sick.
Well, you've been supplying for Ukraine. You've been helping the internet there, right?
Yes.
It's been successful.
Yes.
Were you hesitant at all from any negative backlash from Russia?
Well, I should probably not visit Russia.
I don't think
you tweeted something about that.
Why not?
Yo, what?
I mean, it's probably unwise, you know. I mean,
look what they did with the basketball player. Right?
Yeah.
I know, just for a vape pen, right?
Yeah.
Did you see what Trump said recently about her?
No, but I was like, man, if the president's working so hard to sort of free someone who's in jail in Russia for some weed, then shouldn't we free people
That's what Joe
in
just
America?
said. I saw that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joe Rogan
it's like
said
there
that,
are people in jail in America
for the same shit.
for the same stuff. Shouldn't we free them too? It seems
Versus
like
something that's legal in so many states right now as well. It's not
I think it's like it's not. I mean, my opinion is that people should not be in jail for nonviolent drug crimes.
Crazy.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
We were just
100%.
talking about that too. Remember when you smoked weed on Joe Rogan? Did you
Yeah,
get like a
one
lot of
puff,
backlash for that?
I did get a lot of backlash because it's like still federally illegal.
Yeah.
So it was pretty nutty actually. I had to because so I had to have like random drug tests and stuff after that to prove that I'm not like a drug addict.
Really?
Yeah.
By who though? Who gives you the random
Even
drug
for
test?
weed?
The federal government, like because SpaceX has federal government contracts, so
Okay.
and it's still illegal federally. So like the SpaceX competitors were like, hey, look at it. Why aren't you doing anything? Look at him smoking, just like brazenly smoking weed on Joe
So
Rogan's
they even drug
podcast.
test you for weed?
Yeah, they drug tested me for everything.
Okay.
So did you
randomly?
Well,
like,
happy that it is.
I couldn't it wasn't like pick a day because So there was like a whole year of random drug tests.
Did you just make that decision on the spot, or did you know? Like
I
you
mean,
must
I
have
didn't
known
think-
you were going to get some backlash, right?
I didn't think I'd get that much backlash. It's sort of like
I mean, I thought everyone thought it was cool as fuck. Like that was the dopest
If
thing.
you follow
like,
Elon on Twitter,
yeah, I mean, the consequences for me and for SpaceX were actually not good because it's federally illegal and SpaceX has federal contracts, and then so unfortunately, it wasn't just me, but the whole company, all of SpaceX had to have random drug tests.
Oh my god, bro, it's hilarious.
So I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize it would be this big of a deal.
Some people must have been sweating.
that's so funny. Just over one joint. Like, did you have to walk into a boardroom and everyone's just grilling you, and you're like,
yeah,
no, it was like. I think to bear in mind, some people are still pretty uptight about these things.
I know.
I
guess older people, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It didn't even look like you puffed on it.
Sorry?
It didn't even look like you were.
No, I don't even.
puffing
I'm
on it.
not even. I don't even know how to smoke a joint. Obviously, you just look at me. I'm like, have no joint smoking skills.
Yeah.
Or that's what you acted like on camera.
No, I mean seriously. I just I find weed's not that good for productivity. So I'm like, I'm not gonna. As I do actually have to make the rockets work and the cars work and make the factories work and stuff. So, Yeah, I think like I think what we're seeing over time is that, as younger people are elected to office, then they're more, less uptight about sort of drugs and stuff, and you've seen like one state after another kind of like legalize marijuana. Some states, I think, mushrooms are legalized and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Seems like mushrooms is next.
They're decriminalizing them.
Starting to get in there.
I
Same
know
process as marijuana.
Cali did recently, I think.
Yeah, Colorado.
Yeah,
Washington.
Colorado,
Yeah.
Washington, I think.
yeah, it's like nobody's committing crimes on mushrooms.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in support in psychedelics?
Yeah,
You are.
I think like some of the psychedelics can be pretty helpful for like PTSD and like serious like psychological trauma and depression. And I'd say like my personal opinion is like psychedelics are like way better for treating depression than a lot of like the SSRIs and stuff that are given out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean like a lot of the sort of antidepressant drugs just turn you to a zombie.
They come from the ground too, right?
Which mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like what? Well,
They're not in orbit,
no, but I'm saying pills are coming from a lab, so it's like
Yeah, no. I mean, I think it's not necessarily that if something is like just something being natural or synthetic doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad. Because
Sure.
you can say like arsenic is natural. It's like
Right.
an element on the periodic table.
Mm.
So is cyanide, but this you don't want to have either of those two things.
right.
But they're totally natural. And in fact, there are mushrooms that are poisonous and will kill you.
Yeah.
So it's not like all mushrooms are good. I always thought like back in the old days, when they're trying to figure out which is the good mushroom. They're like,
Yeah.
What, 'cause some are
"Bob, why
poisonous?"
don't you try that mushroom? Everybody like stands back, sees what happens.
Drops
Yeah, you
dead.
have a
Okay, that one's tasty. That one like makes you see visions, and this one kills you. Okay, better keep just make sure which is which.
you just gotta have a guy designated tester.
Yeah,
Just one of your
designated
boys like, yo,
tester.
dude, you go first.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So there's so many different types of mushrooms, and so and most mushrooms are just you can just eat them and they're fine, and then some mushrooms are have psychedelic and some kill you.
Yeah.
So-
with that
Yeah.
joint like incident too, just doing something so cool and normal. Like, how do you, like, as successful and famous as you are, how do you like stay normal in doing stuff like that? Like,
I mean, I don't know. I think like most people in like the corporate world are really try to conform to some sort of behavioral thing that's like makes them seem like like a android or a drone or something. It's like or like some NPC in a video game with like a limited dialogue tree.
Yeah.
And you're like, are you
he's
real?
like, yeah. What'd you say? NPC?
Like an NPC, in like a video game where like with a dialogue tree that's like really only has like 6 options or something. That seems like most corporate CEOs behave like that. And I'm like, are you even real? Like, how do we know you're not an NPC? So I don't know. I mean,
it's cool.
I didn't expect to
I mean, I
be
feel like-
CEO of like these big companies and stuff. So just sort of happened that way.
I think compared to all the other CEOs, you're the most down to earth guy.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
thanks.
what I was trying to say. Like, it's
Okay.
just, yeah, it's cool. Like,
Ironically, for space.
And you're a
stuff,
funny ass dude, bro.
Yeah. How come?
Bro,
This is despite
your Twitter feed is on a different level funny. Like
it seems as if you don't really.
I mean, I strive to keep the people entertained,
bro. Do people give you a hard
I
time?
want to earn my keep and with the people,
Bro, you're crushing on Twitter.
Entertained.
How do you
not-
feel about that? Like going back and forth with like people on Twitter without like no lawyers or anything like that. Like,
Man, I have to say, I've gotten into trouble so many times on Twitter. It's insane.
How often? I always
Wait,
wonder,
wait.
I always wonder how you get away
say
with everything.
You say some things. I was like,
Do you have a team that approves it, or do you just
No.
fire it?
Like literally, I'm the only one who's ever tweeted, or I'm the only one who's ever had access to that Twitter account.